Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to my movie channel. My name is Tom, and you know, 2017 has had some really good comic book movies, but not all of them are that great. And I get asked quite a bit, you know, where do I rank certain movies in a list? So I'm gonna today give my ranking of the 2017 comic book movies. Now, this is my personal list, of course, so you might have a different list, and if you do, I'm very curious for you to leave it in the comments section below. Let's have a discussion about our favorite and least favorite comic book movies of the year. So I'm going to give you guys my list and just a brief summary of each movie, what I thought about it, and that will be the video. So let's jump in, starting with, should we work our way up or down? I think we're going to work our way from best to, well, no, from worst to best. We're going to go from the bottom up. Coming in at last place on my list, without a doubt, has to be Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Look, Kingsman: The Golden Circle is one of those rare, weird movies. A bit like something else on this list, actually the next one I'm going to talk about, where it's enjoyable, you can watch it, you can have fun with it. There's nothing too horrible in it, filmmaking-wise, but Kingsman 2 just went completely off the rails. I feel like the first Kingsman, it was silly and it had some silly stuff, but it was restrained, it knew its limits, it knew where that line was, and I feel like Kingsman 2 just crosses the line. It got too silly, too crazy, and it just, thinking about it and thinking it over after I'd seen it, and it's not that great. I don't like Kingsman 2. I don't think I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Okay, the next one on my list, coming in at second to last place, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now again, like Kingsman 2, it is an enjoyable film. You can watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and enjoy yourself, and I did. I've only ever seen it once. I do have the Blu-ray because I'm completing that Marvel collection. But Guardians 2 is a disappointing movie. It doesn't live up to the first one, but Guardians 2 suffers from trying to be too funny. It tries to tell so many jokes and so many quips that it loses track of the story. And the story and the movie just comes to a complete stop just to tell a joke. So Guardians 2, while it's enjoyable, it was a big disappointment for me personally. Alright, we're moving up the list now and we come to Lego Batman. Lego Batman is a movie that's getting a lot of praise from a lot of critics, and I watched Lego Batman and I've also seen the Lego movie. And both of those movies, they're fun, they're fine. I'm not a huge fan of the Lego movies. I love Lego themselves and I love Batman. I wasn't a huge fan of the Lego Batman movie. I don't really have any specific issues as to why what my problems with it were. It just didn't hit me in the way that it hit most people. Okay, next up on my list, this is actually the 5th place on the list, is Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I know people are probably screaming at me like, Spider-Man Homecoming, why isn't it higher on your list? I know it's actually some people's favorite superhero comic book movie of the year. And Spider-Man Homecoming, I think, is a really good movie. I think it's a great movie. I think it's way better than both the Amazing Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield, even though he wasn't the problem with those movies. But I think it's way better than those movies. My issue with Spider-Man Homecoming mainly comes down to just certain story elements, certain things that they did. I felt like Tony Stark and Happy kind of bullied Peter Parker. It came across as sort of, them bullying him in a way and less of a mentoring kind of fashion. They took that a bit too far, I feel like. And some of I don't like the fact that Spider-Man's suit got like Tony Stark up. I don't mind him making the suit, but it had all these gadgets on it. And it kind of made it feel like he's just a mini Iron Man at a certain point. It's like, where's that line between, where does he stop being this extraordinary kid with these powers to just becoming Iron Man .2? So anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming, it's a movie that I really do like and I enjoy it greatly. But I do have a couple of issues with it. Okay, we move on to 4th place in this list, and you guys, I don't know whether you love or hate Justice League. Love it or hate it, I'm one of the few people, it seems, that really enjoyed Justice League. Look, the pacing is a bit of an issue. Steppenwolf just a big CGI blob, and it doesn't look great at all. Superman's mustache got CGI'd out, and you can tell. But look, otherwise, I enjoy Justice League. I think Justice League is just a lot of fun. You just go, you sit there, you watch Batman and Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman and Wonder Woman and Superman kick ass for 2.5 hours. Or 2 hours actually, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours. Because WB mandated that it's 2 hours. Now this might be one that gets a lot of you screaming at me and you'll be like, why is it at first place? Well, because for me, when I'm putting together a ranking list of things that, you know, movies that I love and hate, just because something is not first place doesn't mean I don't love the movie. So third place on my list is Logan. Now, don't get me wrong, hear me out. Logan is a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic movie. I don't have any major issues with Logan. I don't like the score so much that they used in the end action scene. I thought that was a bit out of place and a bit jarring. But Logan's really, really good. And the reason it's third place is because I just happen to enjoy the next two even more. And also, rewatchability does come into it, right? Logan is not a movie that, for me anyway, I can sit down and put on every week. So the next two on my list, second and first place, are movies that I could watch maybe every week, every couple of weeks. I can just put them on and have fun with them. So second place on my list is Wonder Woman. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know how much I adore this movie. I think this movie's brilliant. I love it. It's so much fun. It's well acted. Gal Gadot proves she could act. Like, it's just, like, look, the third act gets a bit ridiculous and Professor Lupin yelling video game level dialogue at the end. Okay, that's a bit weird. But look, otherwise, Wonder Woman, it's, for the longest time, until Wind River came along, Wonder Woman was my favorite movie of 2017. Alright, we move on to number one, and obviously number one, you guys have probably guessed it by now, is Thor Ragnarok. I knew that going into Thor Ragnarok, I was probably going to walk out having a good time. I didn't realize how much I would come out of Thor Ragnarok loving Thor Ragnarok the way I love Thor Ragnarok. I think it's funny, it's absolutely hilarious, and it handles humor way better than what I was saying with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, at least for me. For me, I didn't feel like the story stopped so they could tell a joke. The jokes felt way more organic and just were used better, and just everything from the Hulk to Thor to Loki to Korg. Korg is like my favorite character in the entire MCU now. Absolutely 100% favorite MCU character. So guys, that is my ranking of the 2017 comic book superhero movies. What's your list? I'm very curious. Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I got lots of stuff coming up soon, including my review of the new movie Wonder. And yeah, thanks very much for watching once again, and I will talk to you guys next time.